All right, we're live. Everyone, welcome to our live stream. Hope everyone's having a great day today so far. It's been a pretty exciting week so far. SnowPegs launched yesterday, and our boardroom's all kicking off right now. So hope everyone's enjoying that.
Hey, everybody. I know I have been enjoying that very much. Latest snow wave print, something like 14%. It's been awesome.
I didn't even realize that just kicked off. Yeah.
First one at 10. Another one just happened. I haven't checked yet.
Yeah, the first few days are always exciting in there. There's just so much going on, which is kind of what we've got. We wanted to have this stream here, and discuss exactly what's happening and how to keep everything printing forever.
Yep.
Maybe we should wait for a few more to file in. I don't know if that number's not updated, but don't have too many in here yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to admit, when I went on SnowPegs.com and I went into the boardroom, I was like, "What is that? Really what I've got in rewards?"
It's not, it's not even the real number because the pegs are so low right now. As soon as they recover, it's going to be 5 times that.
Yeah, and it's not going to take much for that to happen.
Yep.
Really enjoying buying the dip though. These Snowsol and Snowlink have been amazing buys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it seems one of the big participants in the Genesis had no plans in participating in the protocol, but it's fine. Yeah. It's just an entry point for everybody else. I know I'll be taking advantage, and I mean, it's really not that many coins that got dumped, so it's not a significant amount of money at all to bring it back up, and just really a discount for everybody else.
Yeah, totally. I think that was probably mainly one large depositor, wasn't it? So they've obviously come for Genesis, and that's okay. Gives us all the opportunity, as you say.
You know what? Like it's something that it's hard to imagine what the logic was behind that, because between the 1% fee and then selling everything at 10% of peg,
yeah,
did they make any money? Probably not. Maybe a tiny bit. So
yeah, no, I agree.
Well, it's funny when you look at the daily returns now. Like, you got minimum 12% on all the farms, which is where I pumped my funds into. I'm like, this is the time to really make all the money rather than Genesis farms. But
yeah. Well, not to mention that obviously the LPs are going to go up in value as those pegs improve. So it's like you got that crazy APR plus your actual LP is going to go up in value.
For sure. And we're ready. Well, I've not checked for a couple of hours, but it looks like Snow Share as well was seeing some nice price action last time I looked over the short term.
Yes, man, I was too tired last night. I saw it at like a little over $100, and I was like, I want to move some funds over, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I managed to scoop some up. It was a wee bit higher than that, but yeah, significantly lower than it is now.
I was looking at it. There's 22 in circulation, and it was going for like $130. It was like a 2,500 market cap. I was like, okay, this is a no-brainer if I had funds on the chain, but
yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to find the list of items we're covering today.
Yeah. So I think.
Hey, sorry. Hey, there was a little pause. I brought up a message. Hey there, Aaron.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was just gonna say, Aaron. So I think we wanted to perhaps just kick off with some general reflections on the launch as a whole. Just remind people what's going on. We can then jump into how to print forever. Just talk about some strategies that folk can dive into to maximize their investments. And then we were going to step into, I guess, a bit of a conversation on taxes on some of our existing protocols as well. So it's going to be a jam-packed AMA, that's for sure.
Excellent. And let's try and get as much feedback as we can from the community. We want to hear from everybody, about everything that we're going to talk about today. So.
Yeah, and I've been on the Telegram and Discord answering questions. So I know there's some people that are still like, new to the whole Seniorage protocols and SnowPegs. So if you're watching just to try and understand something and you got any questions at all, just type them out. And this is like perfect time to get a really good explanation from the man himself.
Definitely. Or, I mean, I've seen some, questions about strategy and things like that, or, higher level questions just about Peg Hub. So this would be a great time to ask those tough questions, and we'll be more than happy to address them. So, yeah, I guess we've already kind of started reflecting on the SnowPegs launch, but I guess let's go into a bit more detail on it. This was more like a traditional launch, unlike BitBomb, where we had the huge token migrations for BShare and Bomb. This was a regular launch like CZ Pegs. We did see a lot of selling on the Peg tokens. Seemed to be largely from a couple individuals, but it's early stages here, so it's really nothing to worry about. I was pretty tired yesterday. I didn't, get to watch this as closely as I usually would, but I don't know. Did you guys want to comment anything on the SnowPegs launch?
Yeah, so no, I think you've kind of covered the key points. It's been good to see a number of new investors getting involved and asking questions in Discord and Telegram. Always what we like to see. I think naturally it would have had a lot of interest, but the fact we had some great coverage from the likes of Crypto Mischief with his YouTube video and a couple of other exciting pieces of coverage as well has probably helped. But yeah, Mark, Diamond, not sure if you've got anything major in the way of reflections you want to shout out.
Yeah, I just very excited about how many new people I was seeing, getting involved and, dipping their toes in the water, like even saying, this is my first Seniorage protocol. I'm not really sure what to do, but yeah, they were asking questions and we got them into the Genesis farms, got them in the boardrooms. So it was very exciting to see that. And yeah, I just think this will be a very useful AMA now, especially with the blog post we've got and Aaron covered some strategies just to, kind of really go over what the optimal way to invest in something like this is now that Genesis is done and now that the real meat of the protocol starts taking place.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that we've said, ever since Bomb Money launched is, if we all, participate in a way that's, kind of can help maintain the strength of the protocol, it can allow us all to take, larger profits over time, which obviously is beneficial for everyone in the long term. It's obviously you're always going to have a few people that are looking out for short-term gains, but, it's all about the majority doing the right thing. And, the ones that are going after those short-term gains, they're doing that and giving up those much larger, longer-term gains. So it's, that's, everybody could play it however they like, but, that's why we've seen some selling. I guess some people don't, I don't know what's going through their mind, to be honest with you, but yeah, I mean, if you're here for the long term, it's just a great entry point here. And
yeah, just to reflect, like my opinion, when I see people, going for the short-term games, like you're saying, it's usually folks that are jumping from protocol to protocol and, trying to take advantage of those first few days. But the problem with that strategy is it works until it doesn't. And you're going to end up in some protocol that, doesn't have a trusted team like us, and they're just not out for the investor benefit. And then, those people end up losing everything they put into there. So, when you find a Seniorage protocol that's just launching with a trusted team, they're going to be around for a while. That's the type of thing you want to latch on to long term.
Agreed. Might have an unpopular opinion here, but I've seen some people in the chats asking a lot of questions. I provided the docs to our new Seniorage protocols. We actually have a new version at docs.peghubadvanced.com. And some people were even finding those documents a little difficult to understand. Something I offered to a couple people in Telegram was to check out peghub.com. I know this doesn't directly allow you to participate in the Seniorage protocol launch, but these are complicated, and sometimes it is difficult to make proper choices. The peghub.com website is fantastic for getting the most out of our protocols, which is the farms. Aaron, what do you think about timeline for having some of these new farms in peghub.com?
I'm gonna have to speak with. I can't really answer that directly.
All right, sorry for putting you on the spot.
It's a little bit beyond just my work, so I have to find out
Agreed.
the status of other people's work as well. So,
Yep.
I mean, it shouldn't be too long. You know, I would expect within the next week, but that's I'll have to
Awesome.
definitely get a more clear date.
Yep.
Get that out there once I have it. Yeah, but just to reiterate what Diamond was saying, like, you know, if the seniorage protocols are very intricate, right? So it's something where you should have a very thorough understanding before, you know, using some of those advanced strategies within a seniorage protocol, and that's, you know, largely why we launched PegHub. You know, we've said numerous times in the past why we feel our farms are so great with the 100% asset exposure, high yields. So to get all of those advantages without the complexities, we have peghub.com, and we'll have those new the new 3 farms on there within the next week or so, as soon as we can.
Awesome. Yeah. Sorry for putting you on the spot.
It's fine. If I had an answer, I'd give it to you.
Yep. Although, if you guys don't mind, there are a couple questions. There's a little break. Let's get to one.
I'll let you handle the question clicking.
Yep. I'm sure I gave the best feedback in the form with one PHub prize. And since the draft was random, I'm sure someone saying Lambo Moon won and not actual useful feedback. I was bummed about that. I'm sorry you feel that way. I can actually show you a conversation, part of the conversation in our internal chats. I did use a random number generator. I didn't even look who won, to be completely honest. If you want, I can send that.
Well, and I think it's important to say that, you know, I think I didn't look at every single response in depth, but when I did look at, you know, when there was 20 or 30 of them, they were all very well written. They were all informative. Nobody was saying Lambo Moon just to, you know, get an entry in. So, you know, we do really appreciate that you put that much effort into the feedback, and you know, I've found it extremely useful so far, and I haven't even gone through all of the answers like really in depth, but from what I've seen so far, it's been really insightful. So we definitely appreciate everyone that filled out the form. That was, you know, the main purpose of it, you know, was obviously to give us insight into what our community's feeling and what they feel we're doing right, what you know, we can improve upon, and that it was a great success in that regard. So, you know, obviously everybody can't win the prize, so I'm sorry that you didn't win, but we do really appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, thank you.
And Lambo Moon is very important feedback as well, because that is what's happening. So
got to get that out of the way. All right, so let's move on. I mean, I guess anybody else have any comments about SnowPegs launch? Any questions?
Go for
any
we're here.
Comments or issues with the new swap site? I think there's still a couple small things that we need to do. We need to inside these farms, we have to have the links that go to adding liquidity. I'll do that shortly after. Or actually, I'll do it sometime today. Got a couple things coming up after this AMA, but get that taken care of. Swap site, anybody having any issues with it? Or
I have seen a couple reports, some of the links on our SnowPegs website to create LPs. I don't know if it's how to do it. That's up to the dev team, but it's not changing chains. So sometimes when trying to make a LP on SnowPegs, it's proposing nothing with B-share or something like that, or sometimes random coins.
Okay, but the thing is, like, so the way that I'm going to see if we can make it so that we can link to the swap site and like force the chain. But I mean, like, you can see, like, I'm on Avex right now. So if somebody's at SnowPegs and they're on Avex, like, I've never once seen that it would not go to the Avex version of the swap.
All right.
Right. So it's like,
it could have been just
like, it's like if you're on BSC, just going to SnowPegs without connecting and without switching to Avex is not going to make the swap site know that you're on Avex. Right.
All right.
Actually, one thing that is a little bit confusing, and so basically we use the same deployer for the original bomb money as we used for SnowPegs. So because it was a new network and like the transaction nonce, I think it's called, reset back to zero because it's a different network. So a lot of those tokens actually have the same contract address as some of the original bomb money tokens. So you might notice that if the swap site's on BSC and you've clicked to like buy, some SnowPeg token, I forget exactly which ones line up with which, but you might click buy SnowShare and it shows B bond or B share or something like that, right? And that would just mean you're on the wrong chain because it's using the same contract address.
All right, fantastic. So suggestions
that could be a little bit confusing, I'm sure, if you see B bond pop up when you're trying to buy Snowlink. So
I guess the simple way is to come to the website, connect to it with your wallet. If you're not on the right chain, it will prompt you to change chains, and then the link should work properly.
Yeah, and this is really good for switching chains too. It's really straightforward.
Yep.
And like no matter which chain you even if you're on like Ethereum, for example, or whatever chain you happen to be on, this will detect it and it will let you swap over to one of the supported chains.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed myself with the swap that I'm going to try and look into is I noticed that it is too slow to like updating information, more slow than I would like. And what I mean by that is, after you do a swap, just say you swap and then you want to add liquidity, you want to see the results of that swap transaction like pretty much instantly, so that you can add liquidity, right? Because if it doesn't register, your token balances don't update, it's not going to let you submit the liquidity ad because obviously like it doesn't know that the swap completed. Something else as well, like with that slower update, like yesterday, once the share farm started and there was a lot of action on the share token, you'd have to set your slippage pretty high because it wasn't updating the rate as often as it needed to actually be able to submit a transaction with the current going rate, right? It was like, it could have been 5-10 seconds delayed, which might have been enough that without 1 or 2% slippage, if you're using something lower than that, the price could have likely changed more than that, especially with the low liquidity at the time that launched. So,
yep.
I wonder if that's just a Avalanche thing, because I noticed a very similar, like even on Trader Joe, I would swap something and it would take like 30 seconds for my balance to update even after it completed. So,
oh really?
It could just be like an Avalanche delay.
Let's do a test. So I'm used to this updating pretty quick after it confirms. So let's see how long it takes. So there's the confirm, no update yet. See, I feel like the PCS based one, it would have already updated. Let's see how much longer this takes. So even it just got confirmation itself on the swap site and it still didn't take that BNB off my balance.
And that's what I'm like, if I did that on Trader Joe, I found the exact same thing. Like it takes about this long. So I just wonder if it's
okay. There now it's gone.
Yeah.
But now I'm on BSC chain.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh, then never mind. Yeah, never mind.
The PCS one would have been like within 1 or 2 seconds max of it confirming. Got some interesting comments in the
I'm gonna start going through them. P Hub through the moon.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Not just to the moon, through the moon. I like
it. Through it. Go way past it.
We're going to Pluto.
Swap site worked well for me. Me too, mostly.
It worked great for me with that one exception I just mentioned, and I'm sure we can just tweak the settings to.
Yeah. I had no issues with the swap site. Swapped AVAX for Snow AVAX and made my LPs easy. Awesome.
Yep. Good stuff.
Can you please drop a link in the description or comments?
That's already been done.
Fantastic. Thank you. When will you start advertising? No one is aware of you guys, it seems.
I'll handle this. I mean, we just had Crypto Mischief cover our SnowPegs launch. We've got, I'll be sharing the link for the really awesome YouTube AMA we did with Yabonks that actually drove a bunch of really big private investment conversations that and some of those guys are like some big whales follow his channel. So if you actually take the 2 hours to look through that AMA, it's one of the most in-depth AMAs I've ever seen for a DeFi project. And the quality of that alone, I think, is going to drive a bunch of people into our project. We've also got, like, I'm not going to just list everything we're doing, but we've also got one of the biggest guys, James Pelton, and everybody that is in crypto knows about this guy. He's going to be covering Peg Hub and SnowPegs in a couple of weeks. So, like, we've got a ton of marketing planned. In fact, we've even got another AMA in just under an hour on Telegram. So, like, things are happening, but one of the big issues, and everybody knows this, is that there's a massive bear market and reluctance to get invested right now. So part of it is you don't want to really be wasting too many marketing dollars while nobody is interested in DeFi. And so, we're not exactly just sitting around waiting for the bull market, but, we're being very selective over where and when we spend. So grabbing top YouTube guys to cover the project is a great use of funds, but, posting on ads on, DeFi and crypto sites right now when people aren't really looking to invest during this bear market, probably not the best use of money. We've also got the live event in Toronto coming up. So that's going to be a huge opportunity to get the Peg Hub name out. We're going to be, there's going to be thousands of people attending the event live, but also tens of thousands watching virtually. And Peg Hub's going to be a key sponsor there, with also a speaking opportunity for Aaron to talk about Peg Hub and DeFi. So, I mean, we've got tons of things happening. But yeah, I mean,
well, just to add to that, I mean, as the guy that's paying for all the things that we're doing, and there's numerous requests every day, I could definitely say that there's advertising going on. So,
and just to add a few more things to the mix as well. So we've got our ambassador program as well, where we have people constantly coming in and helping us promote Peg Hub across social media channels. And there's cash prizes up for grabs there, and those guys are incredibly active. And then we've been partnering with some big NFT influencers as well ahead of the Bomb Evolution launch. So we are really turning up the dial from a marketing perspective. But equally, if there are channels, as in marketing channels, you feel that we should be targeting that we're not currently, then please do let us know. Genuinely, we'd be very interested. And just on that as well, we're working on some UI improvements and fairly significant UI improvements to peghub.com's app, and also doing a bit of an overhaul of the site. So once we've done that, we'll really ramp up the focus even further on peghub.com, because as we talked about previously, we think creating really, really slick UI is going to be key to helping us break into new segments and those who aren't as confident and capable in the DeFi space at the moment.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah, and sorry, just to add on to that, we did have a bunch of banner ads going. Aaron and I had a weekend where we saw millions of people coming to the site. Sorry, not millions of impressions, with about 10,000 people coming to the site. But as Rob said, our conversion rate isn't where we need it to be to really spend that type of marketing budget on banner ads yet. And so when we have that improved Peg Hub site and then improved user experience, and we're able to convert those people, we're just gonna like explode the marketing everywhere. But again, we're trying to be very, smart about how we spend the money. So we don't just want to be throwing money when we're not converting. But yeah, as soon as that happens, you're going to see Peg Hub everywhere.
I mean, we could already see that our biggest referral source is a paid ad source. Number 5 is the same one. It's like, we had to spend money for every single one of those clicks. So definitely doing advertising. More so we're getting more through paid clicks than we are through Twitter or a lot of other these are also paid. CoinSniper and CoinGecko wouldn't be, but CoinSniper would be, right? So definitely doing what we think makes the most sense given current market conditions and sentiment, and Trying to be smart with money, not neglect it, definitely not neglect it, but, basically build up and, spend money smartly.
Absolutely. Very active AMA today. I'm already backed up on questions, but I'm going to start going through some of them, some more of them.
Yep.
I think the launch pads, like the SnowPegs platform, need to be more crisp.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure. Scott, if you'd like to add to this to explain it a bit more of the question,
I would just guess it could be that, like, again, and this is probably a user experience thing, but like where people might not exactly understand what to do when you get to SnowPegs. But again, that's an advanced protocol, and that's literally the reason for PegHub, is so that people that don't understand this go to PegHub and get involved with our vaults without needing to really understand the Senior Rush protocols.
Yep, absolutely. Completely agree. He doesn't agree with the marketing. I think we've gone over that quite well. Maybe you can get a bit more insight into how we're approaching it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's easy to say things like that, right? When when everything's not going perfectly, but it's without knowing what's going on behind the scenes. Like, we share as much as we can about it, but it's in this market sentiment. You can spend as much money as you want. If people don't want to be risk on, they're not going to be risk on, right? So
exactly.
Being smart. Yeah, totally. I have seen. I mean, I think we are doing a lot in this space, but there's maybe something about us just more regularly talking about the various marketing channels that we're utilizing, just so that people have visibility of everything that's going on. So that's something we can look to do. Maybe we just introduce a quick summary to the Bombshell Monday, just recapping the marketing activity.
I like it. Have some recurring sections. Woohoo! SnowPegs.
Let's go.
Yeah. Maybe a promise is taking time in the front end.
It's possible. We'll definitely look into it. That's in regards to the swap site, not a.
Okay. Yep. You need banners in major crypto exchanges, etc.
Well, we've got banner campaigns going, so we'll pour more fuel on the fire once it makes sense.
Yeah. When new projects, sir.
We've always got things in the works.
Yep. Growing the PegHub ecosystem. Drip is into a huge campaign. Excellent. Thanks. Hopefully soon with PHub, you can get investors in at this low peg. Yeah, not a low peg, but that price definitely is a lot lower than what I would expect it to be nowadays. I don't expect it to be here very long. Seems we are going through a great campaign too. Last Bombshell had a lot of bullish info in there. Have you guys checked it? It's very true. Bombshell Mondays are awesome. Is PHub already receiving SnowShare from dev allocation?
So the automation is all set up, but just with so little liquidity on SnowShare right now, I didn't actually start the automation. So everything's ready to go, but I mean, I don't want to kill the SnowShare price. So once it's once there's a little bit more liquidity on it, I'll start it on a small scale.
Makes sense. You need to send an agent at the World Cup final invading the field mid-game with PegHub shirt.
Well, yeah, Canada made the World Cup, and as a Canadian, I'm excited to go. So I know Aaron's ready to cover my all expense paid trip, and I will take that PegHub shirt during a live match. So thanks for the suggestion there.
Yep. As long as you can be the referee in the middle, the guy with wearing the shirt, then I'll cover the expenses.
When will you be adding the CC Bomb Bit BTC LP to the vaults?
I'll probably do that at the same time that I add all the SnowPegs ones once I'm in there.
Makes sense. SEO is key.
Yeah, it's a big reason why we moved our Bombshell Mondays and all of our announcements to our own website. We're getting a lot of traction with SEO. So yeah, I'm really happy with where that's going, and I anticipate it continuing to improve. That's one of my strong points from the past, so I'll be contributing where I can to keep that progressing.
Yeah, I know advertising is expensive, I guess. Yep. I love what you guys are doing. We're in the worst crypto winter, so keep your heads up. You can't always satisfy everyone's needs.
Very true, but we could try.
Yep. Won't stop us from trying.
Thanks for the kind words, though. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Percentages overlapping. Wondering mobile, maybe?
Yeah, on mobile it does overlap, but
Okay.
that's most likely because the percentages are just insane.
APR too high.
Yeah. Let's get those APRs down a little bit, and it'll show a bit better.
Okay.
Oh, found the problem.
Yeah, definitely. I know you guys are working hard. Yes, we are.
Every day.
I'm going, guys. Have a great day. Take care. You too, Tello. You too.
All right. Cool. We caught up.
Yeah.
Thought we caught up. Well, let's see. Liquidity is so low that, it would not take very much to get to peg at all, despite the current discounts. All right, let's move on. Let's bring up our blog post.
Yeah, I was just going to do that, and I'm actually going to share that in the chat here, just so people know what we're talking about.
So this was just posted, I believe. This one right here. So we've had a similar article to this in the past. This one's a little bit more thorough and better written. Just to go over, the strategies of using the protocol and how to, take profits in a healthy way, and how to allow this to be, lucrative for all participants in the long term. I'm still a big believer in what we're doing to build like a long-term, just a great overall offering through the Peg Hub brand name. So I'm very confident in, getting new funds in, and, that's going to be a lot of the way that we, are going to keep things healthy. But, at the same time, everybody doing their part to maintain health and not, dagger charts and do things that, are just generally, bad for the health of the protocol. Just going to be better for everybody. So, I'd recommend reading this article. It goes over in optimal strategies, how best to allocate funds within the protocol, just to, largely staying within the regular farms, the peg farms. That's, should be your bread and butter. It's, it's the safest farms that earn really high yields. You get lots of choices in terms of which cryptos you want exposure to. So you get some good selection there. Anything else you guys wanted to add to this about this article, or?
Yeah, I just think if you're looking for, the easiest way to really optimize all of your investments and minimize your risk in these, because there are significant risks. And I know people are like, oh, let me just buy snow shares and see if this will go up, or get into this farm, go 100% here. It's always best to diversify even within a protocol. So that's kind of what this talks about, is just splitting up your investment into the smartest possible way, and minimizing your risk while also having the best opportunity to grow your investment long term. So just giving this whole thing a read, and it's pretty easy to understand for a seigniorage protocol, which are pretty complicated. But going through something like this, it's pretty easy to follow and understand.
Yeah, and I think the key thing to emphasize with seigniorage protocols, right, is they are dependent on the majority acting in a way that supports the ecosystem. And there are some seigniorage protocols where the teams say some very negative things about people that sell peg tokens. We'll never fall into that bucket. We want people to do what's right for them. But this article does a great job of outlining the strategies that help you minimize risk, maximize profitability, while doing that in a way that supports the sustainability of the ecosystem, and therefore help us print forever, as the article says. So, I know a lot of you guys will have been around Senior House protocols for a long time, but it's always worth just a reminder, I think. So yeah, it's an awesome article. Definitely recommend checking it out.
Agreed.
100%. Do we want to get to a few more comments before moving on?
There we go. I know you guys are working hard, but I think SnowPegs is going to end up like other PegHub protocols sooner than I thought. All Peg PHub tokens below Peg.
Well, I mean, I guess everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'd strongly disagree based on just, things that we've already shared and things that, in addition to that, I know are going on. It's rough market conditions here. So it's like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but if that's how you feel, I'm not quite sure why you're here, but hopefully the different things that we can say and demonstrate will change your mind on that.
Yep.
Yeah. The key thing to remember is that liquidity is so low. So, buys have a big price impact. So, it really does not take a huge amount of money flowing in to get us back to peg at this early stage. So, yeah, I wouldn't be so cynical.
I think that applies to all the protocols, not just, it applies more so to SnowPegs because it's brand new. But, I mean, if you look at, on any of our protocols to get back to peg, it's really, compared to some of the funds that we've had locked in the past, it's literally peanuts. So,
yeah, it's a fraction of the overall TVL. So, and with, I know we'll get to it, but with some conversations we have underway with some large investors, it's certainly not out of reach, that's for sure.
Yeah. Not to mention, the event that we got coming up, I'm sure that we're going to be networking with all kinds of guys there. And, who knows exactly what's going to come of that, but it's going to be great exposure. And I'm sure we're going to, meet a lot of people that are interested in what we have going on and that, want to get involved with it. So,
going to be amazing. Jokes aside, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you very much. When looking at CZ Bomb chart on site, it shows CZ Bomb in the chart. Okay, we'll see. It's probably just a wrong link. We can fix
based
that
on the
easy.
questions, I think that's our most popular pair, boys.
Do you guys have a good plan to bring attention also to the other protocols, since they're pretty much dead? I'm looking for this to change soon. We actually have a fantastic blog post we wrote last week addressing just this. Maybe we're not doing a strong enough, maybe we're not putting it strong enough up in front, but the whole point of PegHub is to bring more users and more a bigger audience to all of our farms. This will directly help all of our protocols, all the protocols under PegHub. I'll try to find that link and post it in the chat.
Yeah, and like Diamond said, that is the main focus on PegHub, and as we very soon we're going to have the improved UI, which we're expecting to have a higher conversion rate on new visitors to PegHub, and as soon as that happens, the marketing dollars that we've been spending now are just going to be like, sorry, Aaron, but it's going to be multiplied significantly. So you're going to be paying a lot more, but it's necessary. And that's when you're really going to start seeing the value of the PegHub protocol, and the vision behind it is driving people that don't understand the seigniorage protocols. And as you can see, like, we launched SnowPegs and we had so many people trying to figure out, how do I get into a farm? What do I do with my Genesis farms? People just don't really understand that. Whereas you can just, let's say, hey, go to PegHub. You want to stake Avalanche? Just do it right there. And it goes into this Snow AVAX farm, right? Same thing with Bitcoin. You want to stake your Bitcoin in PegHub? Well, though they don't even need to know, but that is going into the BitBTC farm, right? Helping directly with the BitBomb protocol. So that's the vision in PegHub, and we're really focused on driving people to PegHub to help all the protocols. It's not just a one protocol at a time thing.
Yeah, and just to expand on that, it's our short-term plans for the PegHub app are pretty incredible. I've seen what it's going to be looking like, and it's really going to, bring the barrier down for ease of use, just to get new users able to invest and get started with us. But as great as our short-term vision is, our longer-term vision is what really gets me excited, and that's going to be, the game changer. Although I do feel that our short-term vision is strong enough that that's going to, let us drive a lot of new users to the platform, drive a lot of new investors into the farms, and improve the health of all the protocols. But the longer-term plan is going to be the game changer and gets us towards our long-term vision.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, when it came to the redesign of the PegHub app, we took inspiration from the best platforms in DeFi, but actually, felt that actually each of them had areas that could do with some improvement as well. So I think our UI will absolutely be some of the best, and as Aaron says, is really just us getting started. So yeah, super excited for that.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was actually a really fun exercise we did over the span of almost an entire week. The whole team was going out, and we'd have team meetings like this, and we would just be screen sharing. Okay, let's look at what this site does. Let's look at what this, like hundreds of sites. This site sucks. This site's amazing. Let's take this piece here. And we're going to take the best pieces that we found across all of it, plus some unique things that we came up with on our own. And yeah, we're just very excited to share that with you guys soon.
Yeah, and that was quite an eye-opening exercise actually, because we made sure to gather some real crypto noob feedback along the way, and things that we just took for granted and thought we'd explain clearly. We realized that we hadn't gone nearly far enough in simplifying our language and the design as a whole. So I think with that true user insight from some or people that don't have the crypto knowledge many of us does, that's been really helpful, and again should just help break into the new segments we're always talking about.
Definitely. All right, should we go into what we're thinking about proposing for a vote?
Let's do it.
So I've been thinking that with everything that we have going on, and being in talks with institutional and private investors, we're very confident about things moving forward, and we think that it's probably time that we lower taxes on BitBomb and SnowPegs. As always, we don't just change things. We'll do a governance vote if this is something that people want to see, and I assume that people would be happy with this change. So provided that they are, we will go ahead and propose a vote to, I think, drop the taxes back down to what they launched at. So that'd be like what SnowPegs is at, which would be 7.5 on the burn and 7.5 on the tax.
Awesome.
So I'd like to know what you guys think about that. And, we're really confident in, our future, and we don't feel like we need to have those taxes where they're at in order for us to move forward. So I think it'd be in everyone's best interest just to get the taxes back down to pretty low levels.
Yep. I like the way you guys are bullish about the project, especially Aaron, very hardworking and genuine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We are all very hardworking. It's been an amazing team to work with.
Just me.
Yeah.
To be fair, Aaron probably gets the least sleep, so fair comment. We'll take it.
I'll allow it. Where can I find a decent P-Hub chart? I'm really partial to the bogged one. Yeah, maybe if you could post that in the chats, it'd be fantastic. The other one does work, but you have to flip the chart. The one on the
actually, I'll demonstrate that as well.
Yep, good idea.
Post this to YouTube. So if you're at deck screener, you'll even see it saved in my thing here as BTCB. So if you just click these 3 dots on mobiles in the same place, invert pair, it's not ideal because, I mean, it doesn't show you some of the stats, but I mean, this will give you a proper PUB chart.
Awesome,
yeah,
thank you.
Bog is probably the better choice there, just works.
Auto farms. We did discuss this earlier. We have to talk with different members of the team, the dev team, but hopefully within the next week.
Well, yeah. Yeah, definitely within the next week, I'd say.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Largely to get that exposure on PegHub.
Yep.
Yeah. And just, sorry, jumping back, Aaron, to the suggestion of dropping the taxes on BitBomb and CZPegs. I mean, clearly taxes are there to prevent abuse of the system and damaging the ecosystem's health. But with everything that we've got going on and some of those conversations with those large scale investors, we want to make sure that the people who want to be here are, but we don't want high tax standing in the way of the small number of people that perhaps do, for whatever reason, want to leave. So we'll put it to a vote, but I'm really interested in any feedback, if anyone's got any comments or questions.
Actually, that's a great point that I forgot to bring up, right? Is, we, with what we know is, happening in the future, we don't want anyone to feel that they're stuck with us because of the high tax. So if you don't see where this is going, then I think lowering the tax to allowing you to exit without taking that hit is, something that we want to make happen. So.
Suggestion: CZ share, BitShare, LP. Wow, that would be a wild one.
What does that accomplish exactly?
Nothing really. Well, I don't see it. It's for the pure degens, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, I think people need to always remember that like LPs are there to provide liquidity to make, to basically allow users to trade with, less slippage, less, be able to do larger trades with less impact on the price. And when you start just having the same tokens in various random pairs, all you get is bots benefiting from arbitraging between the pairs, always evening out the prices. So, those are really not useful for anyone except for the bots. That's why, there was a little bit of a trend there a while back where everybody, was pairing their peg token with their share token. We tried that to see, okay, this is a decent way to maybe lock up some of those tokens and, have another farm. But, all it really did was just get bots super involved with always evening out the pairs. And really it cost our users money and it made the bots money. That's really all that happened at the end of the day. So, and you can see that a lot of others followed our, we said, hey, we're getting rid of this. It doesn't make any sense. And now nobody seems to be running them anymore. So. All right. Did we forget anything? Any feedback on the lower taxes? I mean, I assume everybody would be happy to see that.
not about the taxes, but I do have another question. What about bomb migration to BTC? What happens if the boardroom does not print more BTC for months since we're below peg?
Then we wait, sir.
No.
I mean, we're not gonna change the rules. We've always said, just only the boardroom and treasury, they're the only contracts that can mint tokens. So we're not going to make an exception there. When we have more tokens, we will provide migrations. The funny thing is that it's a lot of the people that are receiving these migrated tokens that are dumping peg. So
difficult. Not necessarily all of them, but yeah, it has.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that maybe that came out the wrong way, but it's funny that that's what's preventing us from doing more migrations is the previous migrations. So if these people were farming with the tokens, we wouldn't be in that situation right now. So.
It's been difficult.
It's all short-term things that we can definitely get past. So.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, let's open the floor to questions, comments. And if there's nothing, we can call it because I've lots going on today.
Yep, we do.
Yeah, and if you want to be part of our marketing, we will be on a Telegram AMA with TLD Crypto. Link will be in the Telegram, but actually I'll post it here in a second. But yeah, we'll be there in about 40 minutes, showcasing PegHub to a new audience as well.
Awesome.
Cool.
And just one more thing, if anybody, everyone's like, when marketing, when sharing, well, you can also help out by just like this video, sharing videos, sharing our socials, following us everywhere. Just all that organic stuff helps tremendously. So if you're here, just like the video, share the video, follow us, and that all helps.
Yep. When major Twitter guys in crypto, ask a question about, what's your gem, what crypto do you like, just posting about us with, a link to our Twitter channel, that'd be, it's always beneficial, right? And then other guys see it and they like it and retweet it, and it all just builds momentum, right? And it's something that we can all do to contribute.
Absolutely.
For sure. Or go over and grab some merch from peghub.com. It's it looks pretty awesome too. So
yeah, I should have mine arriving today. It should be on the truck right now.
Nice.
Still wearing a bomb hoodie.
I still love that mine arrived in the UK before you got yours in Canada.
Yeah, just because they decided to give me duties on it this time.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe give it 30 more seconds for any comments or questions, then prep for that AMA we got coming up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sorry. Thanks, guys. Wish the best for you and the project. Thank you very much, More Crypto.
Let's go.
Let's go. This is the link to our AMA coming up in 40 minutes.
All right, guys. Well, thanks everyone for joining. I hope to see you guys in 40 minutes at TLD Crypto and Telegram. And enjoy the rest of the day. And see you guys at Twitter on Friday as well.
See you guys
later, everybody.
See you guys. Thanks.